Welcome to this very special edition of Nelly Reacts. Actually, not more so reacting, more so recapping, if you will. J. Cole's new album, The Off-Season, um, a month later, or a little over a month later, dropped on May 14th of 2021. And I must say that it is by far, probably, definitely one of my favorite Cole albums, right behind 2014 Forest Hill Drive. So, um, basically, really quick, I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to kind of go into each song. So, how I was introduced to J. Cole, I first heard his name or even heard any of his music was summer of 2009. It might have been the summer, it might have been spring, but my brother was home from college and he was in like the little computer room that we had at the time, and he was playing, some hip hop. And at the time, like, I wasn't really checking for newer music like that. Like, in my car, I mostly kept, CDs of like just DMX, Jay Z, Missy, Aaliyah, Mary J. Blige, people like that, Lil Kim, the list goes on. And so I really wasn't checking for like newer music at the time. So when I was just walking through, the dining room, and I heard this rap, I heard somebody like rapping, but I didn't recognize the voice. So I peeked in and I was like, Mikey, who's that? And he was like, "Oh, it's this new rapper named J. Cole." And I was like, oh, okay, like that. And that's all I said. I just walked away because I was just like, low key impressed that my brother, my younger brother, who's 7 years younger than me, was like listening to something that sounded like it had some substance, number one. So I was happy about that. And then number two, like, I was just impressed with the little bit that I heard. I was like, I can't even place or begin to tell you like what the bar was or what the song was, what the beat was, what project it was from. I just heard it and I recognized a real MC, So I was like, wow. So that's the first time J. Cole had came across my radar. Then when I officially got put onto J. Cole, shout out to my boy Ace, Jeremy, Sir Jerry Buck, all your aliases, you know what I'm saying? Gifted Germ. But shout out to him because we started a job together in the summer of 2011 is when we first met. And I looked at him as a little brother, like immediately. I just recognized his like maturity. I knew he was younger than me, obviously. But we both had found out that we both rap, so we had made that connection, and that was pretty cool. So we opened the store together. I was his manager, and we did a lot of like shows together and stuff like that. Like, we would have shows on the days that we worked. But needless to say, we had a pretty tight knit crew at the job, right? So we decided to do like a Secret Santa the first Christmas that we were all there, and Jeremy got me. He drew my name. And so he decided to put me on to two artists that he thought was people that I would like, because, by this point, by Christmas now, we know a lot about each other. And he knows my music taste. He knows that I'm from that era, So he gives me two CDs for Christmas. All right. First CD was Drake, Take Care, which I did enjoy that album. I did. Second album he gave me was J. Cole, Sideline Story. And I played that album. Like, that became the beginning of, my fandom, my love and appreciation for J. Cole. Like, I love that album. As soon as like streaming became a thing, like, which was shortly thereafter. I mean, it was already kind of moving into a thing, like Pandora and stuff like that was out, but that became the go-to because it was like, well, you ain't using those CD players to get, when you out and all that stuff. So I'm taking the train to work every day. So I'm listening to J. Cole on my phone, and that's like my go-to, you know what I'm saying? So like from there, that just became just another thing that me and him could bond over. And I just always, and he reminds me so much of J. Cole, like Jeremy does. It's one of his favorite rappers. So just that thoughtfulness that is put into the music, I feel like that's what Sir Jerry Buck does as well. So back to, how my journey with J. Cole. So You fast forward to Born Center, boom, on it. Me and Jeremy was supposed to go to the Dollar in the Dream tour, the show that they had here at Soundstage. That's back in 2013, like fall of 2013. But it was like a super bad thunderstorm that day, and I had did this like merchandising job or whatever, and I had a job like way out in some county. Did it, came back, and by the time I got back to the city, it was just like on and off thunderstorms, like severe thunderstorms. But I had to travel through downtown Baltimore to get home. And I just like walked past Soundstage, and I just remember calling Jeremy like, "Yo, the line is literally around the building. Like, you still trying to come down here though? Because it's raining, it's thunderstorming." So we both just like, we don't know, and we missed that chance, which is unfortunate because by the time they got to Forest Hill Drives, he said they like can't do it no more because it's just the places that they were having it at. He wanted to keep it very intimate, but those places didn't have high capacity or couldn't hold a lot of people, and he felt bad about turning people away and things like that. So missed our chance to attend the Dollar in the Dream tour, but it's okay because I'm so much of a J. Cole fan that I'm willing to pay the tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like I pay the price for wherever I want to sit and stuff like that. I don't mind. I just want to be in the building because just to be in the building, I feel like it's an experience from what I can see from the videos I watch and stuff. So yeah, Born Center, we missed that chance for the Dollar in the Dream tour. Fast forward to Forest Hill Drives. As soon as I hear the album, it becomes my favorite album of his, like up to that point. I had always like had a way of like gauging how I liked the albums. Like Sideline Story was, the introduction. Born Center up until that point was my favorite Rapidy Rap J. Cole album. Like my favorite, how you have artists' favorite songs that you like to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like that you like to rap too. So Born Center was full of those songs. You know what I'm saying? And I love that album. But then Forest Hill Drive, 2014, Forest Hill Drive dropped. I'm sorry. And that was just like, whoa, like just, it was one of those albums that you can just relate to. I think everybody felt like how he felt on a lot of those songs, '03 Adolescents, Sandra Pay, like just Love Yours. I mean, just all these songs, apparently always gets me choked up. That first verse, with him rapping to his mom, like that's just like some real stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that immediately became my favorite album. For Your Eyes Only, it hit me right away because again, I'm taking public transportation to work at the time. I was a cook. And so like that was just something that I listened to get me through the night and everything like that. Deja Vu became like my favorite song off that album easily because I'm a hopeless romantic. So I just love that album. I love, and the concept, the documentary that went along with it and everything. Just again, the thoughtfulness of the craft of the art. I just loved it. Then we fast forward to K.O.D. I'm like, man, like, yo, like just that whole scenario, because by that point you started to see where Cole was transitioning, especially once it got to but actually once it was like Born Center, he started to see some things and feel a way about how he was moving. By the time 2014, it's like, all right, he done went back home. He getting like nostalgic, like, dang, yo, it was all so simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of having that feeling. And then by the time we get to um For Your Eyes Only, it's like, I'm gonna do what I want. Like, I want to talk about what I want to talk, what really means something to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't chasing no singles, no trying to be the man, trying to do this, trying to be the top. Like, I'm about to tell a story about something and people that mean something to me. And that's what For Your Eyes Only was to me. And then K.O.D was like kind of his like foot back in the water, like, hey, what's up? And all the features that surrounded like that time period, like before and after the album dropping, and then like, the months and all that came to follow after that. But like, and then we get here to the off season, and J. Cole just is one of those artists who I like to say his music, no, his albums. I don't want to just say his music because that would just mean like singles and stuff. His albums tend to put a timestamp on my life. It's only a few artists whose albums actually put a timestamp on my life, meaning when I think about that album or when that album drops, there's something important going on with me. There's some kind of shift happening with me. There's some type of revelation or I'm moving different. I'm pursuing something differently. Something is some kind of shift, and that album usually becomes the soundtrack and the motivation to what I'm doing. And J. Cole's albums always serve as that for me. You know, I can't really say the first one did because again, it was my introduction. It was more so me enjoying it so much. So I felt like I just like I got to enjoy his first album, like I got to enjoy a DMX's first album, like I got to enjoy you know, it's like whoever's a Missy's first album, like just live with it and really enjoy it as a fan. Then by Born Sinner, that's when I could relate to him a little more because I felt like I knew some more of his story, even though I had missed out on Living with the Warm Up and Friday Night Lights. Um, you know, I still got that introduction right there. Like I'm glad I didn't get on it like For Your Eyes Only. I mean, I probably would have went back like I did with Kendrick. I got put onto Kendrick right before Good Kid, Mad City was about to drop. But you best believe I went back and thoroughly listened to Overly Dedicated and Section 80. So um yeah, so with this album, with the off season, for me, it was just so ironic that, like, first of all, I used to play basketball, nothing special, nothing spectacular. I played girls varsity basketball in high school. Again, nothing special, nothing spectacular, you know, but I was on the team. And so I've just always been athletic. I've always played basketball. You know, I've actually been more competitive playing just around the way with my friends than I actually applied myself in high school. And that's why when he talked about that, like that lack of confidence and all this stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff plays a part, but you don't see it until you get older. But with this album, it was just like it really just hit me in that athletic, competitive kind of way, but not competitive with others, competitive with yourself. More so like I'm trying to reach this other level and I'm on this grind right now. And I got this like laser sharp focus right now. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like the off season, truly the off season. Like, and this, like, even with me saying that, I'm realizing kind of like, you know, you think about the off season as like a break or like, oh, you know, just some workouts and training and things like that, even though people think of it as like lightly, but you know, to see an athlete go through those things in an off season, it's intense. So for this album to be titled the off season, but we get the greatness that we get, I feel like this is him showing us the results of the off season. You know what I'm saying? Like these songs and this album itself isn't necessarily the off season. I feel like this is him showing us the results of the off season. That's why I don't like punching the clock when it comes on. And I don't want to skip around because I really do want to go through the songs in order. But like that's why I'm punching the clock. I feel like he had Dame talking about that specifically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you put in when nobody's looking, it shows in those big moments. Speaking on the athletic, like speaking on athletic competitive levels, like when the finals or the playoffs, even, you know, like when that time comes for you to be who everybody says you are and who you say you are, what you did when nobody was watching, what you worked on when the cameras weren't around, when the stadium wasn't full or the arena wasn't packed, what you did then, that's what shows in the season. And like for a rapper or for an artist, the album is the season. You know what I'm saying? Like the album is the season because when you're not dropping nothing or you don't have nothing out, that's technically an off season. So that's just my opinion. I don't know, J. Cole, if that's what you meant by that, or that's the like little flip to it or whatever, but that's just what I took from it just now, really. I didn't even fully think about that until just now when I said it. But it's an interesting take on it because the album's just amazing. I just want to go through it and I'm going to actually play this just played a little documentary that dropped right before the right before the album. I'm just gonna mute it actually, just but I just want to have like some kind of visuals in the background as far as Cole is concerned. But man, when I tell you, man, this guy is like, and I'm trying not to make this a long video, but I could talk about J. Cole and his music and all that kind of stuff like all day. I can talk about it just as probably long as I talk about my own music and me all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, not to say that I do that, but I could if you ask me. You want to know? No? All right. So anyway, no, Cole is just like he's he's an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like for artists out there, as an artist, and I know you can relate, and I'm talking about artists, we, man, every artist has an artist that they look at and they be like, dang, like, it's like not a jealousy thing, but they be like, I wish I made that. But not on no hate and stuff. It's just like on some like appreciative, like, that was genius how you did that. Whether it's the rollout or the cover or the title or just a combination of all of it, the sequence of songs, like, it just really resonates and hits. So, with that being said, again, I want to get into the track list because I kind of want to go one by one through the album and through the songs. So yeah, all right, let's just first start off with 95 South. Now, that song, like, as soon as I seen the title, I was just like, hey, I live like literally less than a mile from 95 South. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could just go down the street, turn the corner, and drive like literally less than a mile, and I'm on 95 South. So I just thought that that was cool. Okay, so yeah, 95 South, boom, you hear Cameron's voice. I'm like, what? That right there was just legendary to me because, mind you, I think I had just watched Cameron's Drink Champs. So I was just like, damn. So you know how like things like that kind of put a person in your mind again. You don't really be thinking about them like that because of all the information we absorb on a daily basis. So legends like that just tend to not sit in your mind as much as they used to back in the day. You feel me? So yeah, I hear Cam. I'm like, okay, are we getting a Cam verse? Like, what's up with this? No, we don't get a Cam verse, but we get two hard verses from Cole. I mean, and it's crazy because in this documentary right here, I remember him saying something about this was the most ambitious album or this was the most ambitious project, as far as how he approached it and stuff. And I didn't know exactly what he was talking about, which made me kind of anticipate listening to the album a little bit more. And but I'll say by like the third song, By My Life, I started to understand what he was talking about. And every time I listen to it, I think about him saying that, and it helps me appreciate the album more because when he said this is the most ambitious, when you listen to the flow patterns and the pockets and the different cadences that Cole is using on this album, first of all, some of them I ain't even never heard in hip hop before. And I'm a hip hopologist. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I listen. So I mean, and I ain't the most knowledgeable hip hop fan, but I live and breathe this stuff. You feel me? So with that being said, it's just so many different flows on here. And let's just forget about that's been used in hip hop. That's been used by Cole. Because it's difficult as an artist by this point in your career to find new flow patterns, especially with all the like levels and variety of creativity that's available to us right now that we can listen to. It's like, what can I give people that they don't hear right now or that they not hearing? What haven't I done yet? So I just commend him for that, just for stepping outside of the box and just even trying new flow patterns at such a I don't want to say pivotal moment of his career, but just such a, I guess, important moment of his career. I commend him for that. I think that's bold. It takes so much courage to do that. Let's forget about the putting the music out part to even put out something that sounds just a little bit different. I mean, he did it with For Your Eyes Only, but just the flow pattern. So I just wanted to make mention of that. We go to Amari, and it's just like again, like it gives you that Cole that you want, that aggressive flow, you know what I'm saying? Just like straight hip hop, just straight punching. Like it ain't nothing nice about it. It's just amazing. And then to name it after his friends, I'm gonna go ahead and put my ears, the thingies in my ear so I can listen because I kind of want to like skim through the album as I'm doing this. So but yeah, like to get that right behind 95 South was just like the perfect compliment to me. It worked perfectly. It worked out perfectly, sonically, because you get the first one that's just like it's a Dipset sounding beat. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like some classic Just Blaze. It's classic Just Blaze. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you go into Amari, which is just like just one of those beats that Now every time I listen to it, I'm like, Cole just ate that beat. You know what I'm saying? He just ate that beat. He ate it up. Um, and then the video when it dropped, I mean, just like at the end, you know what I'm saying? Like with the inner child message, I just thought that was awesome. I thought that was amazing. We go to My Life with 21 Savage and Moray. And the funny part about that is I never heard of Moray until like maybe 2 weeks before this album dropped. My best friend, because I was telling her I want to get into reaction videos. And she was like, yo, all right, I got an artist that you probably never heard of. You should react to. And it was Moray Quicksand. That's the first time I ever heard of him. Next thing I know, Cole album dropping on it. I'm just like, wow, that is just so crazy. Like how the universe works and your brain and the law of attraction and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got put on to him because he's an amazing artist too. Shout out to Moray. Shout out to 21 Savage on that song. And 21 Savage did his thing on My Life. He definitely did his thing. Like it's one of my favorite 21 Savage verses. He's a very smart brother, so it doesn't surprise me just his perspective and how he flipped his wordplay and things like that. So shout out to him. Moving on to Applying Pressure. Just a classic hip hop beat that you know what I'm saying? Like just the classic hip hop beat to me. That's like your classic when somebody like tries to imitate hip hop. To me, that's the beat they use. That that's hip hop. You feel me? All day. You go to Punching the Clock, which is like probably one of my. I could wake up to that song for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them songs that feel like it should be playing if you're making a documentary about you like getting ready to try out for the football team next season, or you about to go take a math test that you're not sure about, or you got a spelling bee coming. It's the perfect song to like just compliment that. I did like a reel on Instagram today, and it had me like walking in slow motion to the intro of that song. I was just like, dang, that's powerful. Like you feel it made me motivated, and that's me walking. Like, what am I so motivated about that for? But so anyway, yeah, moving on to 100 Mil. This is one of my favorite songs because I love when Cole get on his like when he get on his bouncy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like his kind of like, yeah, I can do that too, kind of thing. So 100 Mil is one of my favorite songs. Boss is on there. Boss. Yes, I'm one of the people who listened all the way to the end. But yeah, 100 Mil still on the grind. 100 Mil. Oh my goodness, this song is awesome. And not only was he ambitious with his flow patterns and different pockets that he chose, um, he did all that while still like giving us substance, while still telling us how he feels right now, where he's at. Like we still get a glimpse into Cole's soul, and I can appreciate that. I love that. Okay. Wow, these two back to back immediately were like my favorite. So like I ran these back the next day because I stayed up till 12 a.m. till the album dropped, listened to it a couple times, went to bed. The next day when I got up, I remember specifically skipping straight to 100 Mil and then letting Prize is the Devil played. And this song is just awesome. The way him and Lil Baby transitioned in that second verse was dope. I love Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying? Like I listened to him heavily in the car. I like his attitude and his demeanor too. As a young dude with that demeanor, like just that maturity, I just love that. So, but this song is just dope. It just got a nice little, like it's a bop. It's dope. I love it. I love it. Lego My Hand, just again one of those classic Cole songs. Like he gave J. Cole fans, he gave us dreamers what we love from him. He gave us what we love from him. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't hold back from the things that we love from him. The type of beats, the tempos. And he gave us his classic flows as well, like as well as being ambitious and trying new things. So I really, really love that. The story just Eve said it in an interview about how he loves this type of flow or these kind of songs from Cole where it starts in one place and it ends in another. And I had to agree because I, as a fan, like when he does that as well. So shout out to Eve for pointing that out because I think that's something that us Cole fans definitely love from Cole. And this story is just dope. Like just each little piece, like, there's probably about 10 different little stories in there or something. but they all broken down into like about 4 to 8 bars. It's just kind of dope. It really is. And you can't knock it. Like, it's Cole. He's bearing his soul. He's telling us what he's going through, what he thinks. These are things that you wouldn't dare tell the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be scared. Oh yeah, I was scared somebody was gonna hit me in my face. What guy would say that? So I think that's pretty dope. I really do. Let's see where we at now with it. Oh, the interlude. So this dropped obviously a little bit right before the album dropped. Just deep, deep. This is where I start to get the chills. So Cole always has 1 or 2 songs on the album that give me chills. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 3. When you have an album like 2014 Forest Hills, it's about 3 or 4 that give me chills on there. For Your Eyes Only, it's about 3 or 4 that give me chills on there. K.O.D. is about 2. On this one, it's this one, and then I'll get into the next one because it's after this one. But like, this one gives me chills for the simple. It's just like the last 4 bars. I think Christ went to heaven age 33, and so did Pimp C, and so did Nipsey. Like that part right there, and then it's like how the sample just dropped right behind it. That part gives me chills, like because it's so deep and it's literally a fact. Like it's so, and it's a fact, and not only the fact of it being a fact and how he put it, but then it's just like those 3 people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, just wow. Like, wow. All you can do is admire it and give props. You gotta be crazy. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say you gotta be crazy tonight because everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone. But it's just hard for me to understand or believe that people don't like J. Cole or people don't appreciate his music like that. I don't know. I haven't heard like opposing arguments. Maybe one day I'll sit and listen to it. I don't know how long I can get through it, but maybe I'll listen to it. But okay, so yeah, the interlude was dope. Dropped a lot of true stuff in there. When he said paramedics gotta carry a baby like surrogate mothers, like, whew, you know what I'm saying? Like, just chilling bars. People have cold bars. People have hard bars. How many people got chilling bars? The bars are chilling, not chilly, chilling. Like, it paints this image that's chilling. It paints a chilling image, and that's a chilling image. You know what I'm saying? And not only is it a very clever bar, but it's a chilling image. You feel me? The Climb Back, man, another song that gives me chills. Once it gets to that part where he starts to talk about he said passing the funeral recession, while holding my breath, and something else. And then he says like sometimes I be feeling the devil be winning, and do that mean God lost. And then he says what does he say? And then he said, just got up the phone. Just got up the phone. My dog, he back in the kennel. My dog lost. My you know, my nigga, he back in the kennel. My dog lost. And that little part right there, like, it's just the way he say it and like the way he riding the beat, like he doing something else. As an artist, you can get inside them sounds if you want, like, you know what I'm saying? If you really in tune, okay, everybody can rap over the kick and the 808. And some can even get into the hi-hat. That's where you begin to dive into the more talented, you know what I'm saying? But then when you can get up under that hi-hat and find little other pockets in there, like, oh, like you like it's different, like, and he's different, and it's just he started off with this super like classic Cole flow, you know what I'm saying? But then he just keep doing these little things like like he just, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm spending too much time on that song, but that's one of the ones that give me chills. Close. I just love this song because this kind of reminds me of like 1985 from K.O.D. It's just like one of them songs where he just talking. You know what I'm saying? He just talking to you. He just talking to you. This sound like if he was in the hallway with his friends or something and he just rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what this song reminds me of. I love this song. It feels like the close, you know what I'm saying, of the album. It almost feels like the end of the album, which is why when I first started listening to the album, since like every day since it dropped, but like I used to almost skip Hunger on Hillside because it does take like a little 2 or 3 second pause where you think the album's over, and then you be like, wait, there's another song, and then Hunger on Hillside just comes smack you in the head again, you know. And speaking of which, you know, Boss again, just Amazing. The touches that Bus added to this album was just genius and amazing and perfect and not too much, not too little, just right. Just right. Just the touches. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes all you need is just the touches, and that's what he added. So, um, this was a great album. I'm sorry. Like I miss the days of being able to live with albums for like a year or two, you know, and that's what J. Cole gives you when he does this. And some of it is purposeful, some of it is not. Like, but the combination of the two, I think, is what gives us these great albums when he does resurface in a sense. So shout out to J. Cole, the whole Dreamville team, excuse me, the whole Dreamville team, all the dreamers, all the J. Cole fans out there that yeah, we all just I'm happy to be a part of it. Like that's really all it is. Like I'm really just happy to be a part of the fan base, you know, it's dope. And to still be able to get this excited about a hip hop album, no knock or no offense to anybody else out there making music, but I grew up on a certain kind of music. And that's the kind of music that makes me feel something. And I like to feel something when I listen to music. And so I really appreciate J. Cole as an artist because I always feel something on every album. I can always relate. And it gets his music just lives and it ages well. It ages well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap or my evaluation, I guess, of the off season. I think it's an amazing album. If you haven't checked it out, excuse me, if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. He has videos out for Amari. He has a video out for Punching the Clock. He has a video out for Applying Pressure. And they probably just gonna keep on coming. So yeah, go check out the album. I'm telling you, if you haven't heard of J. Cole for some odd reason, Google him. It doesn't matter what album you start with, you're going to end up with all of them. So just follow the years if you want to go sequential. If not, just jump around. But I hope you guys like this video. Please like and share this video. Feel free to leave comments down below. And also, if there's any J. Cole songs out there that you think is like ones that you know, like some people just haven't heard, because I told y'all I wasn't around for Friday Night Lights and the warm up, you know. And I tried to dabble back, but it is hard to get back into that far deep. You know what I'm saying? So if it's any that y'all just like, you absolutely got to hear this one, please leave it down in the comments below. Okay. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Dreamers, keep dreaming. Okay. Keep dreaming and keep doing, keep working hard towards your dreams. J. Cole, great, 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 great job on this album. Easily, like I said, one of my favorites from you. And again, shout out to the whole Dreamville team and the Dreamville crew. The whole roster is amazing and dope. So kudos to those guys. Yeah, again, like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you like it. Okay. And if you like me, I mean, it's me. I got other stuff here too. But yeah, please feel free to subscribe. All right. It's been real. I'll catch y'all on the next reaction or recap or next piece of content that I drop. All right. Have a great one. Peace.